18 years old. You like pipe yet? And that you're worried, you know, like, am I doing a good job? Then you just ended up busting, and then you're freaking out, like, I gotta get hard ASAP. Like, don't move, don't look at me, just, and then.
I don't know who it was, but I think it might have been Santino. Santino, on his podcast, he had Mark Normand on. You know Mark Normand?
Yeah.
And he was talking about that guys worry about their performance in the bedroom, and women worry about their appearance.
Yeah, 100%.
That's like, yeah. And
100%.
I was just like, you know what? That is a very good point, because I can't tell you how many women that like, you know, I've just said, can we turn off the lights or like turn down the lights? And I'm like, what? Like,
I need to see you.
Yeah,
baby.
it's like no. Like, because we're visual.
Yeah,
we get off on the visual stimulation, so it's just like, no, I want to see what's going on.
Joe Coy
talks about that.
Joe Coy talks about this, where he was like, I feel bad for girls when he's like, because like for us guys, we're seeing them, they're like in space, they're enjoying it,
right?
And it's like, and what do girls get to look at? It's Joe Coy says, guys when they're busting or about to bust look like they're getting stabbed in the back, and it's like, you know, like
that's true.
And it's like you're looking down at them, looking all angelic, and they're looking at you like looking all fucking, you know. That's
so weird. Like, I guess I gotta record myself. I don't really know what my O face is. I feel like I don't even make a face.
I'm afraid of mine. I haven't seen mine, obviously. But
I'm actually afraid. I wonder if I actually absolutely let myself completely go, because there's been many a times where like the girl doesn't even know I've finished.
And it's concerning for them.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, is it like, did you not like it?
Yeah, yeah. And because like,
well, why? Like,
I don't know. Well, why don't I like
insecurity? Yeah.
Why? No, I don't know. Yeah, but like, I just won't even like make it known. There's no like face. I just keep going, and it's just like,
I hate how like when you got that stamina going, and you've been, your dick's all calloused already. This isn't your first rodeo, and you don't bust, and you're like, I want to keep going. They're like, you didn't like it? Like,
right. Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, I thought it would be impressive that like, you know, we can keep going, but it turns out being like,
no, yeah. There's a fine line, because you finish too soon and they're insulted.
Yeah.
You take too long and they're insulted.
Yeah.
So it's like, give me a time frame. Tell me when, and then, you know, I'll lie to you then.
I'll throw some pepper in your face. I'll figure something out. Like, you'll be surprised.
Yeah. You're gonna get surprised either way. Exactly.
You might enjoy it.
Yeah.
You might enjoy it.
She might not.
She might not. Yeah. But
just these levels a little bit.
All right.
But yeah, man, we're live, dude. We are morning drinkers.
We're live. We're recording now.
Yeah. We've been recording this whole time, but it's okay. I can.
No, we'll figure it out.
Cheers. I like this.
This is stuff people need to know.
And this is the bar edition here. And we're mixing it up. It's kind of ironic that we never really have access to a bar, and out of all the options we have, we chose to drink wine.
This is very true.
That's like going to a fine, like established cocktail lounge, and you're just like, give me the house cab.
It's like going to Black Angus Steakhouse and being like, let me get the veggie platter.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I was wondering where you're going with that, but yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. We have access to all these alcohols and liqueurs, and we're like, yeah, we'll do the cab.
It's like you finally broke away from that like discouragement of meeting a prostitute, another sex worker, and then you're like, hey man, I just wanted to talk to someone.
You have very interesting analogies. These feel like
I'm going everywhere with this.
Well, this feels like maybe you have some experience.
No. I've never personally like paid for sex or
right. Well, no. In this case, you're just paying for a conversation.
Yeah. Never been involved with a sex worker for business. I've actually met a few throughout my travels. You know,
I don't know if I've ever met one, and if I have, it wasn't.
They
tell you
it's not like that's their identity. Like,
yeah, I mean,
some people like
they may say it's not, but
yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna lead the conversation with that,
I'm just saying they don't lead with it, but it's just it just
casually comes up.
Yeah, well, like you get a bond with them, then like halfway through, like
when you're like, oh, so what do you do for work?
And they're like, oh, well, you know,
I'm self-employed.
Yeah, like I'm in anatomical sales.
Okay, there, yeah. And then it's like, oh, elaborate.
Yeah. And Yeah, like when I lived in Hawaii, because of where my apartment was, I was in.
You saw a lot of workers.
Yeah, there's a lot of workers, man.
I saw them when I went to visit you.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Hell, I almost ordered one.
Well, that fucking tower, that 36 chambers of sex, dude. Down in downtown Honolulu, on the cross street of King and Kaheka Street.
Yeah.
There was, I don't know. I haven't been there in years, but when I was there was, you saw what I could only describe it as the 36 chambers of sex. It's
a brothel essentially.
But it wasn't the same establishment. Remember, it was like a big like project looking building and like 16 different businesses, and they were all sex or not sex. I'm sorry, they were all massage parlors.
Yeah, so it's not like a singular brothel. It's the brothels.
It's like the union. It's like
yeah. Which is interesting because you would think that would be bad for you. Those like you don't want your competitor right there.
But I mean, you don't. But it is cool that it's in a.
It's in one location.
It's like in an epicenter because like the building offered not just Korean massages, Thai, and like other variations.
So they realized they're like, hey, maybe our clientele is craving Japanese, you know, and then the other one's like, hey, well, we got some Portuguese waitresses, you know, waitresses, yeah, they're gonna serve you up just right, right.
And so if you go through the building at the other side, there's the bus stop. My bus stop that I would take to either go to school or work. And yeah, some of them you would cut through the building and there was like the cars that are parked like in, you know, in the back alley, and you would see people getting head, dude. You would see, I think like the saddest thing I ever saw where I was like, I kind of wanted to knock and be like, hey, you don't have to do this.
You felt bad for them.
Yeah, it was like this very old man. He looked like he was asleep, like in the driver's seat.
Well, that's because he's getting downstairs. Right?
And he was getting a hand.
Oh, he's relaxed.
Yeah, and he's like he's passed out, and she had like the most bored look on her face, dude. Just like looking out the window, like hoping. I mean,
it's probably
hoping prosperity's out there.
What time?
7 a.m.
I mean, it's probably your 7th of the day.
She probably didn't even sleep the night before.
Exactly.
She's probably like using like
she's late on the rent, you know.
Fuck.
And you know what? Maybe that's the landlord. You don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
But I wanted to.
But why did you want to knock?
Because like of the look. Because again, I cut through the building to go to my bus stop, and obviously I'm peeking around because I always want to see something scandalous.
Right.
And just the look.
And so you're just like, hey.
It's like,
do you want to tag me in? Like, I'll help you out here.
And then I'll help you with your future.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's fuck, dude. That's not a Weinstein action, or is it?
No, that's not Weinstein at all. Because Weinstein at all, like what Weinstein did would be like if that guy who's, you know, getting jacked, and then he was like, hey, I'll pay you in a couple weeks, and he just doesn't pay her. That's the Weinstein thing.
No, I thought Weinstein actually got them like the roles and parts. Like he actually followed through with his promises.
Some I think he delivered, but I think it was a lot of empty promises. Because it's like, hey, if that was the deal, so now check this out. If that's the deal, then controversial. Why are they complaining? If that was the deal set in motion, like they didn't have to.
I see you. I see it,
and that's why I think it was a lot of empty promises because
he wasn't hot.
Well, no. Well, that's a different matter altogether. But what I'm saying, if it's empty promises, I can see why then they are now upset. Because it's like, hey, you promised me this role in the next, I don't know, Michael Bay flick to take over for Megan Fox.
Because they don't want to see your totems anymore.
Shout out to that shit again. But yeah, like, so if let's say they were given the role, then if that's the deal that was, you know, like, you can't go back on that.
It's like being a choosing beggar in a way,
right? Like, and I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying, like,
we do not condone.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, buyer beware. You can't have buyer's remorse. You can't.
Is it one of those like? Do you think they could have opted out, like fine print thing? Like, I don't agree to the terms of condition.
Nah, there's definitely no paperwork being filed on that, dude. Yeah.
I mean, it's a shitty situation to be in.
No, yeah. I mean, it absolutely is.
It's like think of the lady doling out like hand jobs outside of this like
Massage parlor?
Massage parlor, dude. Like the look on her face, she's just
right. Maybe
like,
he smelled.
Really?
I mean, old man, 7 a.m. He's already been up for a few hours. Probably did his morning stroll. It's just
probably came out of like the casino.
Yeah.
And like was like, that. I'm gonna finish off. I lost everything tonight, but I'm gonna win. All right,
right.
I'm gonna win before I go to bed.
He didn't lose anything. He cashed out just at the very end. He's like, I have enough.
Yeah. And it's like I put in $20. I made 1,000, but lost 800.
Exactly.
Like I still came out a winner.
Yeah. Wow. I've never had an interest in doing that. I don't think I would be able to even like get hard.
The way I've heard other comedians talk about it make me like they deter me away a little bit. Joey Diaz talks about it like in the 70s that like they used to have like this like nasty rusted bucket with like soapy water and one sponge, and that they would clean you, but they wouldn't. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't change the water before. It's like God. 17 cock, like, oh, dude, like an aged broth of just dirty cock.
I didn't even think about that. That's disgusting.
Yeah, see, and it's like, and you like maybe you're like, oh, they're cleaning me. This is a good thing, but you don't know, dude.
No, that's not cleanliness at all. But that's the 70s.
And by the way, we're completely ignorant to this because we've never been to them. Maybe it's high class.
So you want to do some research? You want to? Maybe.
Well, I heard that Australia it's completely legal.
It's legal, and you know what? We don't have to go there. We could just keep it domestic. They just legalized it in New York.
Rhode Island. Oh,
they just legalized it in New York.
I heard that in Rhode Island it's been legal unless it like.
I don't want to get a Rhode Island, bro.
I'm just saying. I heard the way it's legal in Rhode Island is because the white. If you do it in a residential area.
Wait.
Yeah, like in a suburban whatever. Yeah, something like that. So it's like you can't do it in the city, all right?
You can't do it in the city, like in a back alley. But hey,
I could be butchering this. I don't know.
You go out back behind Timmy's.
Yeah.
All systems go.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice cul-de-sac area. Yeah. Like it's the same faces.
Right there on Spooner Street, huh? Quahog. We got to go to Quahog.
Quahog, Rhode Island.
Oh my God, that's.
With, I think Lady Redbush was the one that inaugurated the city.
Jesus.
In the Jimmy and Timmy ones, Jimmy does one where he has to like perform on stage, but he gets boners when he's nervous.
Oh shit,
dude! Like, think of how many times you had an uncomfortable boner in the wrong, like the most awkward location ever. Especially when you're when you're in that like, you know,
dude. Almost every fucking time I went to church as a kid.
Tween stage, yeah. Fuck, dude, that's so awkward.
Dude, you know what? But check this out. It's so funny because I was just thinking about this even earlier today. Where now that I'm getting older, I don't get those random boners anymore.
Yeah.
but I kind of miss it a little bit. Like it was go time whenever. Yeah, because I was like, then it was like whenever. Like it's go time.
I don't want to steal this joke from someone, but because it's so good. But Joey Diaz says like, there's a reason why those school teachers been banging those 14-year-olds.
Right.
Because that cock doesn't go down.
It doesn't, dude. Oh my God. I remember I had a marathon a few times back in middle school where I was like, dude, this thing's gonna fall off.
Louis C.K. also talks about it. It's like in that period when you have those uncontrollable boners, that he would like put his dick in the fridge and like press it against.
What the fuck,
dude? We have to look it up. But yeah, he was like, I would just put it between like that cold like metal and like the springy like magnet.
Oh my God!
Oh my!
Beating it. That's so crazy. Yeah, dude. It was.
I knew a lot of kids in like intermediate school that would talk about like fucking furniture at home.
I know someone that may or may not recently still like slipped it between the mattress, I think. Yeah. I was like, I thought I had problems. Your fucking mattresses.
Is there a sex toy involved?
No.
Maybe they used it to like for support so they could just
No.
It's just straight.
There is some sort
That sounds painful to be honest.
Well, there's like a homemade contraption, I think, that they made.
So like a sex toy, basically.
Yes, but it involves just like I think like a sandwich baggie.
That sounds horrible.
I know.
That sounds horrible. It sounds like the big mouth shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, almost.
Yeah, like that kid. The kid's a goddamn prodigy.
Yeah.
What do you say? It's like you heat up 2 like bags of beans and put it in the pillowcase.
Yeah.
That kid's a goddamn prodigy.
Dude, there's some kids out there that I'm sure are doing some crazy shit.
So I heard this the other day, and it like blew my fucking mind. Sex toys for guys are less frowned upon now. Or they're being more.
Well, that's because
sexual wellness for guys isn't as weird anymore. Like they're trying to like actually push for like, hey man, like.
Well, it's because women have been ahead of the game for so long. With
but what I'm trying to get at is like I remember being like in high school and like even in college, where it's like you heard if a girl had a dildo, it's like, man, she's just taking care of herself, man. Like she's going places.
Yeah.
But then like you're like, hey, but. Over here, Andrew, he's got a fucking pocket pussy. It's like,
right.
It's like, what kind of fucking freak is that? Like, how dare he?
Yeah, so there was
like the stigma, you know, like it was one-sided.
So there was like guy shaming.
Yeah. Like, it's like, what kind of fucking freak has it? Like, why wouldn't you go just talk to a girl, you know? Like,
yeah,
that's kind of gone now, dude.
I know, I still make fun of it a lot.
I mean, you still do.
No,
people still do, but like the fact that it's
to me, those things are like so. I think it's much easier to clean the girl toy, and I think there's so much effort in having to clean the guy toy because we go in something, so you have to get into something to make sure it's clean. Whereas the girl thing, it's all external. Yeah, it's all external, so it's just like, oh, wash it, you know, give it an alcohol wipe, whatever, soap and water.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's I don't know if I'm comfortable with everyone having a sex toy now.
And not you? You want a sex toy?
No, my lady and I, we got toys.
Yeah, but for yourself.
We got toys. She
uses
toys
something on you.
She uses on me.
What is she using on you?
I showed it to you guys.
I don't remember, man. You showed me a lot of things.
It's a like see-through clear like fleshlight basically.
Oh, okay.
So like you can see everything going in and everything going. So it's mostly like for visual stimulation.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But that's because she gets off on that, huh?
Exactly. So it's mostly for her. What I'm trying to get at is that like.
But what do you have for you? You just
like what I like. No, I stick to old reliable, dude. But then
twins.
Yeah, but I feel like. I'm gonna go fully like Kellogg's with it. That like it's making us lazy as a society.
That's
because I don't know, dude. At least the people that I've interacted with that have like guys that have sex toys.
Yeah,
they're like I'm good, dude. Like I don't need anything else. Like maybe they're just introverted people that like this is just they're comfortable being this way. But I'm like fuck, dude. Like you want to go out there, like
right. Dude, that's so, You know, I realized I actually get off more on situations and actually like not even the
penetration or anything.
Like not even the experience itself. It's literally the lead up into it. I'm like,
because it's like I'm actually desirable.
Like, damn. Like, I don't even know if it's that. That's an interesting, I'm gonna have to like consider that. I just think the overall situation of something is just...
It's the cat and mouse game. It's the flirt. The like I'm like
it's almost movie-esque dialogue.
Yeah, because it's like this is gonna work. This is gonna
and
then when it does hit, you're like, God damn it! Like
I
I'm
can't
fucking
believe
good.
This fucking hit.
Yeah.
There's something to that I'm just kind of like. I was watching this comedy the other day, where I think it was Friday night. Yeah, I stayed in Friday night, and I was like, let me put on like a stupid movie, and it was I guess it's technically like a rom-com.
Which one?
It came out like 10 years ago.
I love rom-coms.
It was Crazy Stupid Love.
Never seen it.
I hadn't seen it either. And I was like, let me check this out. Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, and Emma Stone. And I was like...
Sounds like a hit.
I was like, that's cool.
Sounds like a hit.
I was like, I like all those people. So I toss it on and like Steve Carell, spoiler alert, he finds out in the beginning at dinner his wife's cheating on him. She cheated on him. So they essentially get a divorce, right? Or they're splitting up. It's not a full-on divorce. So he's down on his luck.
He's like in purgatory of it.
Right. And Ryan Gosling's character is like super ladies man. He's basically playing himself. The man's like an Adonis, really, you know?
I'm a big fan.
Yeah. So he's like cool guy playboy, right? And so he sees Steve Carell.
What year did this come out?
2011.
Is it because I'm starting to remember like the commercials, like the trailers,
right? And I think I did see trailers. I just never saw the movie. I never saw the movie.
Never saw the movie. Yeah.
So they he's like, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you like reclaim your manhood, get out of this funk, right?
So like Hitch with Will Smith and
but Hitch was more like Kevin James' character was just not helpless. A ladies' man whatsoever. Like never got a lady in his life. Whereas Steve Carell's character is like, I just need to find my mojo again because something went wrong in my marriage that allowed my wife to cheat on me. You know what I mean? So he basically, redoes. And so there's like almost like a montage of sequences where you see how Ryan Gosling's character is like picking up women and
being all suave.
Yeah. And to me, so bringing it back around, that is what it's like when you finally.
You're Ryan Gosling.
Well, no,
I want to be Ryan Gosling. I say it.
No, but like when you're successful, it's the buildup. It's like the banter that occurs when you're at the bar or
That's what I'm saying, it's like this shit hit.
I'm like, dude, I'm like, this gets me off almost more than what's gonna happen. After
it's
this.
like because I've been there. I know what's gonna happen. But like, this is kind of new for me.
Yeah, this is new. This is like we're like.
This is what's exciting.
Yeah. I get off way more on that.
Like I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I get you.
That's what I like.
Okay,
That's what I like.
I feel you.
Yeah. So I was watching. I remember I was watching it, and I think I made myself a little drink, and I'm watching it, and I was like excited. I was like, yeah. I was like, fucking, because I saw it like it started working for Carell, for Steve Carell's character, and I was like, fuck yeah, bro, like get it, dude, like get some, dude, because he picks up Marissa Tomei's in it. You know Marissa Tomei?
Nah,
she was cracking back in the day.
You know I'm not good with names, dude.
I'll show you Marissa. I fucking pull up Marissa Tomei on your phone because we're doing the different version here where we don't have access to everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen her. You remember, right?
Yeah.
So, Steve Carell picks her up at the bar.
She's my cousin Vinny.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, my dude. I was like, get some, boy. Yeah.
My cousin Vinny, though. What the fuck?
Hey, Joe Pesci? That's the shit, right?
Joe Pesci apparently had a...
Joseph's Pesci. Giuseppe Pesci.
Apparently he had a period in his life when he was a singer?
Yeah.
Little Joe sure can sing.
Yeah. It was before he was an actor. Yeah.
Who would have thought?
It was like a crooner, I believe, or like he was like a young kid, young little baby crooner. But get into it.
We gotta kill this bottle. I don't know about.
We're definitely not killing that bottle, dude. I got to train tomorrow. Hell no, we kill.
Speaking of training, I've been telling literally everyone that like my fucking dojo is reopening,
right?
Because I've been itching for it, man.
That's good.
Like I know we roll around and shit, but I need to throw.
Well, we haven't done it. Ironically, we haven't done it since our buddy got hurt. I don't understand why.
That is because
we were doing it before he joined us.
I know.
So,
but a certain member of the crew tends to only be present when the entire group is together.
Gotcha. By the way, I don't know if you knew we have a diagnosis on the injury. Did you hear it?
No,
dude.
Is it bad?
It's pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I just thought so. Is it
surgery?
The same?
He needs surgery.
Is it the same injury? Because like I just remember he fell on his knee.
There was an injury.
Or
I guess
he doubled it down on it.
No, there was apparently an injury that he had on that knee already before,
and
but
that
he
just
never got
it up worse.
And then the impact from that was an even worse injury. I'll say it. I'll bleep it out because we're not even saying any names. But if I'll run it by him, I could still bleep it out. I don't think he's going to be that ashamed by it. But his PCL was already torn, I guess, years ago, and that's why his knee was already fucked up as is. That he mentioned. He's like, yeah, man, and then from the impact recently, blew out his ACL.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
dude? I feel bad for him now.
So he was like, yeah, like I have, like it won't heal on its own. Like he's like, I need to have surgery on it.
I don't want to be this selfish.
What?
But I always wanted a guy in a wheelchair in our crew.
He's not gonna be in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I know, but like in the time being,
why?
I don't know.
Well, for that, you're gonna have to wheel him around.
I'd do it. Imagine taking him to Disneyland. Hey, we got to go to the front of the line.
Like, go to Disneyland. You want to run it by him?
If he gets in a wheelchair,
I'm gonna text him right now. Because I asked him, I was like, hey, when
or Six Flags or Knott's.
Nah, we gotta go to Disney.
Disneyland. So I was.
When was the last time you were at Disney?
For my nephew's first birthday.
Okay, I need a date, asshole. I don't know when that is.
The day before the pandemic hit.
So just last year.
Yeah, March 3rd or something, or March 9th.
No, the pandy was like
the 20s.
I think like the 12th.
Yeah, so it was
shit
like
shut down here.
So I remember it was like the Sunday or the Saturday we went. That Monday, it like shit hit the fan.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, what I was getting at is that if we took Omar into,
well, you just said his name. I didn't.
God damn it. Now we have God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
Because so I was going on Reddit and I was looking for the origins of that picture that I sent you of the shirt Disneyland, and like
Disney?
The eyes are all looking all fucked.
Yeah.
And someone I found it. Someone posted in the comments like, "Yo, do not like wear this shirt inside Disneyland. Like they will not let you in."
Really?
And if you like sneak in with it, if someone sees you, you will get kicked out. Copyright infringements, like because of how the character.
Where is it originally from that there's copyright infringement?
Huh?
I don't even know the expression of Disneyland.
No, but the characters though, because there's Tinkerbell, there's Gaston, and
but they didn't like fuck with their appearance of it.
They fucked up the eyes.
How's that? But you know what? Disney has so much money. That's how they won.
Yeah. So the only thing different about them is the eyes.
Gotcha.
Everything else is the same because they're expressions that they've done in the films. Yeah.
Speaking of eyes, no one acknowledged this in the group chat, and I'm surprised. I need to show it to you. Come on.
That's God damn, dude. What if she just has a lazy eye?
They're both, man.
Fuck, dude. Like, who you looking at?
Yeah, exactly. I just love the caption though.
Yeah, you squeezing it too hard.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Okay, so you can't wear that shirt.
But I want to.
But you want to.
I want to. It says Disney.
Well, this is what you do.
Didney.
It's perfect time of year too because it's like May gray, June bloom. You go on a day where you're wearing a sweater, and on Splash Mountain, just as you're about to, where they do the screenshot, triumphantly, you just didn't.
They won't. So let me.
Well, it'll take the picture for sure.
I have another story about Splash Mountain and so you're
not allowed on Splash Mountain anymore.
So at the end of Splash Mountain, they show you like the pictures of your ride.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So I remember years ago, I was going out with this. You remember the Hawaiian girl with like the hefty knock,
heaving, heavers.
It was bad.
It wasn't bad though. I mean,
we went to Disneyland and she put her hands up and I like reached around.
Yeah, nice.
And they did not show our picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they didn't. We waited. We're like, wait, it's got to be coming up.
You're knocking on the. Like, hey.
I was in canoe 347. Like
he's like, yeah, we can't show. It was like, well, just under the door. Just slip it under the door.
Like, send it to me via email.
Yeah,
like,
no one needs to know. Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't even show it, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, they're really good at editing over there.
This is 2013.
So check this out, because it was brought to my attention. I never realized this, but they have janitors. Obviously, they have custodians.
Yeah.
And since you were just there last year, I haven't been in over 10 years, like almost 15 years. Yes. Have you noticed a piece of trash ever? Really?
No.
That's crazy. Don't you think that's like...
That's North Korean scary.
Right?
North Korea is clean.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, from every tourist that has been there, that's the one thing they say is like, it's crazy how clean it is.
Right. Well, they're not really allowed out much,
Yeah. Well, I mean, when tourists are there, they obviously put on the little show and they're like, hey, we're normal society. Yeah.
That's got to be so creepy too. That's like Black Mirror shit, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
think about it.
How would you feel about going to a place where you're gonna like people?
You might not leave.
No. People going in know that everything's staged.
Right.
So it's like,
I guess like it would be like going
To Disneyland.
No. It would be like going to a like behind the scenes look of like a Broadway show, I think.
And it's just the same thing.
We're like, you're just like, these are just all props.
Yeah.
They look real from afar.
Yeah.
These are props.
Like, a lot of people talk about like how the stores, like the storefronts look stacked.
Yeah, but they're props, or they're like they have pictures of products but you're not allowed close because then you could tell.
I've been doing a deep dive, you know, because I follow that North Korean.
Oh, check this out.
Defector.
Check this out, because this brings us to that segment we were talking about. I'll let you finish, but the deep dives, we have a new segment on this program.
Yes, we do.
O.D.D. Oliver's Deep Dives.
You done with O.D.D?
Yeah. Oliver's Deep Dives.
Yeah.
Continue, and then we'll go into Oliver's Deep Dives.
Okay, so I've been following. I think the correct way to pronounce her name is Yeonmi Park. Yeonmi Park. She's a North Korean defector.
Right. Park Yeonmi.
Should be, yeah.
Park on me.
Park on me. She's
27 years old.
She's 27 years old.
Human rights activist who escaped from North Korea to China in 2000. Well, I mean, I guess it's a step up, but I don't know. And settled in South Korea in 2009 before moving to the US.
I think she's in America now.
Yeah, she moved here in 2014. She came from an educated, politically connected family that turned to black market trading during North Korea's economic collapse in the 1990s. After her father was sent to a labor camp for smuggling, her family faced starvation. They fled to China, where Park and her mother fell into the hands of human traffickers. Jesus, there should be a movie about this woman.
Yeah.
And she was sold into slavery before escaping to Mongolia. She is now an advocate for victims of human trafficking in China and works to promote human rights in North Korea and around the globe. Oh, there has to be a movie on this chick. Oh my God.
Well, her book is I've never read it, but I've heard it's really like astounding. So following her and hearing her stories, I'm just like, part of me kind of wants to go there, dude.
Yeah, you and Diego are really obsessed with North Korea.
Let me hit you with some knowledge.
It does nothing for me, but yeah.
Moscow allegedly has
their mules.
A sort of theme park that's like Soviet themed, so you can like relive the good old days.
Yeah, it's called the Gulag.
Maybe, who knows? But yeah,
welcome to the Gulag.
They got like all the the monuments. Yeah, dude, like it's
just hammering sickles everywhere.
Yeah, dude, like I want to go. I just want to see it, dude. Like I want to experience it. I want to like take a picture behind the enormously blown up like Lenins and marks.
Yeah, Stalin up in there too.
I think they even
have a section of the Nazis where like we kind of punked them a little bit.
Yeah.
They don't talk about where they got punked.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, because in the beginning they were being their bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at the end, like the Red Brigade.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wolverines. Oh, no, that's a different movie. That's Red Dawn.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that's crazy. Is that legit though?
What?
They actually have like a Soviet theme.
Last time I checked, yeah, because it came out on Wong's World.
Moscow.
It came out on Wong's World. Wong's World, the Moscow episode actually, and they get like an Uzbeki guy.
Soviet theme park. Stalin Soviet theme. So it's a Stalin Soviet theme park. I mean, it seems like it was something.
It's not there anymore?
Now after several false starts, Russia finally has its own amusement park, Dream Island, with none other than Russian President Vladimir Putin. I mean, that's just as close, you know?
Are the monuments there and everything? They have like giant... Like
all I have are like YouTube videos, and like I can pull it up, or you can pull it up on that one. But you know what? For the sake of it, I believe it. I believe you. Fuck it.
Came out on Wong's World.
Yeah.
Point is,
I believe you.
Fuck, dude. Like that's not good enough for me. I need to go to North Korea. Like, yeah, you can put me in the simulation, but I just.
Why do you want to go to North Korea?
I don't know, dude. I just want to see it. I want to experience it. I want to be scared like that.
I mean, I could hire some people. We'll blindfold you. Do some scary shit. You know, like, I don't know.
I don't know, like that. You don't crave like that pit in your stomach where you're just like, you don't know if I'm gonna.
No, you know what? Check this out. And this is gonna. It's not even that crazy or scary, but this just tells you like how like privileged it is to grow up here. Or just like how fortunate I was. But I was just thinking about like a scary situation, which wasn't even really, like I said, that scary. But it could have ended badly, where I got caught up in a police chase on the 5. Did I ever tell you about this?
A long time ago.
It was just like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It was just a couple years ago. I was picking up my girlfriend at the time from the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we're having a casual conversation. We're getting back on the 5. And then out of nowhere, this car, like across the highway, cuts me off. I'm like, oh shit, I have to like maneuver, evasive maneuvers essentially.
Yeah.
Like I don't slam on my brakes because then shit go back. So I like kick it into neutral and I just turn just in case. And I'm like swerving a little bit. And then this car, he like goes like this. He spins out, hits the center divide. There's cop cars now all around because it's in the middle of a high-speed chase. And then my girlfriend's like panicking. She's like, what?
Just go,
like, She just got off the plane and she's panicking. No, she has no idea what to do. And the entire time, I was like actually like full-on calm. I'm like holding my hand on her thigh. I was like, we're good. Yeah. Everything's fine. We're good. I fucking kick it back into drive. I fucking maneuver. I was like, let's take, this is right by the 94. Let's take this other freeway. This fucker regains control, starts following me. He uses me, and he gets like right in front of me. He uses me as a basically a barrier between me and the cops.
God, dude.
And so I'm like, what the? And so she's freaking out even more. I was like, we're good. And like I'm like maneuvering, and then finally it opens up a little bit. I'm fucking like pulling away. Cops end up like chasing this guy, and we like. But so scary, not super like my life's in danger. But you know, it is high speed. Something could happen,
especially on the freeway.
But I felt really good about the fact that I was actually able to remain calm. Like she was freaking the fuck out, and it's real easy if someone's freaking out for you to lose your shit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, there has to be someone calm right now.
The yin to the yang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's funny. Like I remember I called you recently. I think after leaving your place, like I saw a car flip over.
Right.
And that's the second time I've seen that happen in my adult life. The first time 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I remember I was leaving $7,000. I was leaving $7,000 and same thing. Like I saw like, oh, this is the time when the car wouldn't let me merge onto the freeway. So I eventually had to like stop at like the end of like the basically like the merging thing.
Yeah.
So she could pass by and me like get in.
Right.
And because she wouldn't let me in, I pulled her to the side. She ended up hitting a car. That car like spun out, and I just heard screams afterwards.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. People are crazy.
It's a lane, not a fucking birthright. Like,
like, I don't understand.
What the fuck, dude?
I don't understand why people just don't let others in, or like the rush. I was doing 75, and I wasn't in that like the far left lane. I wasn't in the fast lane, so to speak. But I was doing 75 in the lane next to it. And this dude, and there was a guy, I guess like I was pacing, who was in the fast lane. But this dude that was behind me got like so upset. And I could see he's on my ass. And he finally goes like this. And he pulled, and like, I shit you not, like right here, like this close to where if I didn't like tap my brakes, he would have like hit me. I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, we're already doing 10 over. Relax. Like, if you have to piss, just pull over and go to the McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What pisses me off the most is like if someone like is like in the middle lane, say like at an intersection. Yeah. So like far left lane is to turn left, far right lane to turn right, and this asshole's in the middle. And he's like, but I need to turn left.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like just go a block over, dude.
You fucked up.
Yeah, like it just claim like accountability.
Yeah. Dude, there's so many people that do that even on the freeway. They're like, oh, I missed my exit.
Oh, and
they're willing to cut across.
Shove their whole life across 6 lanes.
And you're like, hey.
There's no 6-lane freeway.
I think actually the 405, there is like 6 lanes. Something ridiculous.
Yeah, fuck.
But yeah, dude, like to me, I'm like, just admit you're wrong. You fucked up. You've been wrong before, I'm sure. Yeah, you're wrong right now.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be okay. Yeah, I don't get it. I tried telling myself, and that's why I use that thing. Like, I was like, hey, if you need to take a piss. Yeah. I've tried telling myself so the rage doesn't boil up. Where like someone like zooming by, I was like, hey, maybe they got to go. You know, so I don't get so fired up. Yeah. But sometimes
there's a reason why you're speeding.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm just like, man, I think maybe that's just how you are, and you're fucking crazy.
I mean, think about it. Like, we're already going pretty fucking fast.
Dude.
Where like if one wrong move, it could go wrong. Like it could go very wrong.
That's what I was saying, dude. Like that high speed chase that I was caught in, I was like, holy shit, this is like a crazy scenario. And but yeah, I was talking to Louis about that a couple years back, where I was saying I started becoming very aware of a lot of the tension in my shoulders isn't just from playing or training. It's actually from driving. You're like this because you're doing, you know, abnormal speeds. Your body,
you can't run that fast.
They like subconsciously also like there's all these other variables that you're just like this the whole time. So you're like, whoa, like chill out. Yeah.
I noticed it, dude.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to fix it. That's why I purposely got that pillow to shove that thing, because I start off very consciously, like, okay, chest up, and I'm just driving, chin up, and then eventually I just like curl up.
Yeah, you start.
And I'm just like, oh my god, like
it's crazy. We shouldn't be doing these speeds.
I drive pretty safely though.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Even then, like I've always been a pretty safe driver, defensive driver.
Not me. I used to be very aggressive, and now since I got the new car though, it's like this game that I play because the hybrid lets you know like how many miles per gallon you're getting, and if you're driving aggressively, obviously that number drops, right? So it's like this little thing of like I have like a fixed number. I was like I can't go below that. Because it's like I want to be efficient. Yeah. So now as a result, I drive like a fucking grandmother. And my acceleration is so slow too.
Using all that battery.
Yeah. I'm using everything. I'm just like, no. If it dips below that number, I'm a bad driver. Yeah.
And mostly, I've mostly driven like kind of bigger cars that like, I know first of all, like it's not easier for me to brake abruptly like most smaller cars. So it's like, why even like, why be the asshole and put everyone else's life in danger, you know?
Yeah.
I just wish everyone else thought like me.
You're the best.
I've been saying that for a while, you know? My mom says it a lot too.
You're like, I'm the best.
Yeah. It's the Jim Jeffries things that we live in a country where it's participation trophies, and we're number one in
our mind?
Huh?
In our minds?
No.
I think I know what you mean. I don't remember that bit.
The bit, I'm trying not to butcher the bit.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like we're number one in confidence, but like last place in like actual efficiency.
Yeah, something like that. I do know what you mean. That's like from 2 specials ago, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
I know what you mean, dude. I mean, it's fucking true. It's fucking true. I can't wait till we actually like don't drive anymore.
Yeah. I was actually gonna go into the whole. I remember going to like tournaments, like for karate and stuff.
You're saying it like a New York tournament?
Tournaments.
Yeah, you going to tournaments?
Nah, and like, you know, at the very beginning, not placing anything.
Yeah.
And then they give you that participation medal, and you're like, this doesn't make me feel better. Like, this makes me feel worse. Yeah.
You know, it's I did some when I was little, like YMCA shit. And YMCA, you all
everyone wins. We're all a winner.
Yeah, and you know, I was always just like, I guess indifferent, because I never felt like good about getting the trophy. I never felt bad either. I was just like, this is just something I have to do apparently. Because like
I'm gonna throw it away later. Anyways.
Yeah, like I was like, because it would be like a pizza party kind of thing where they hand out the trophy, right?
Yeah.
You know what it was like? Do you remember that episode of The Office, the Dundies? They talk about the Dundies. It's like very early on, like season 2, where Steve Carell basically hands everybody in the office a trophy for something. Like, remember that. Like best looking in the office would go to like Ryan or something. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, I don't remember that.
So anyway, there's like this award thing that he has once a year. It's a Dundee award, and like one of the categories I think is like person that smells the bathroom up the most, and it was like Stanley Hudson, you know, like because he's like dropping dukes, right? So that's what it was like.
High school like standouts.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it was like. It was just like everybody's getting a trophy, and I was just there. I'm all, dude, I'm just here for the fucking pizza and the high seas. You know what I mean?
So my cousin Logan, he's in Tijuana right now. Logan,
is he crossing back right now?
Well, he's like,
have you ever heard of this place, Hong Kong?
No, he went this trip.
I bet.
He said, I'm kind of wrapping up. I need the address to where I'm gonna crash tonight. I
saw him. He's very white.
Yeah, he's pretty white.
Yeah.
He
named like Logan.
Yeah.
Oye, Logan.
He is really, really trying to get in touch with
His Mexican side?
Not just his Mexican side, just like his family.
Right.
Him and I were talking, and he's saying that like that side of the family, like the white side,
In Florida?
and Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where in Indiana?
Fort Wayne, I think.
Oh, okay. Fort Wayne. I know Fort Wayne. Yeah. That's actually where Abe's from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got family there.
Yeah.
That like there's just like miscommunication, or not miscommunication, like there just isn't really that much communication, and that
It's pretty white.
and that he came to the last family reunion when I met him for the first time. He was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like,
Right.
I was like, I'd rather hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
So like he's been more like, I want to be involved, you know?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I've found that there's some good things, but there are also a lot of bad things with having a tight knit family like that.
I haven't found any yet, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I love it.
Well, at least with mine, the problem is that like literally everybody knows everything.
Yeah.
And
but it's also, for me, it's like, then I don't have to hide anything, and I can be myself.
right, but the problem is that like I don't know if it's just like my family, but I just find it to be like human behavior and anything is just like they use it against you.
See, that doesn't happen in my family.
Yeah, they'll use it against you and they'll talk like mad shit, and the next thing you know, shit like starts going down, and it's just like it's a whole mess.
It's more jokes. It's more jokes in my family. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my family has a history of kind of like screwing each other over.
That's just Mexicans, dude.
But see, that's my point.
That's a hater culture, dude. It's
I know,
a hater culture.
and that's my point. Is just like that happens, and then next thing you know, it's like my dad told me this is like the best advice my dad's ever told me. Where you know when you start coming of age and you're like, hey, my opinion matters, you know. And so I'm listening to the family, you know, have a discussion or a debate, whatever it was, and I'm
trying to chime in.
I chime in, I interject, and my dad, and I'm like, what? And he's like, because in my head, I'm like, they need to hear this.
Yeah.
My voice matters, right? My dad's like, don't say anything.
Yeah, it's gonna go worse.
And then I was like, but and he's like, no. He's like, don't get involved. Don't say anything. The less you know, the better. And then, of course, I didn't listen, right? Next thing you know, my head's getting chewed off. Like, I'm just like, holy shit. My dad's just sitting there. He's like, the fuck did I tell you?
Yeah.
Like, what did I fucking tell you?
That's your problem. You don't listen.
Yeah. And so
right?
ever since then, I was like, you know what? That's the best. So
you
I
got
don't.
2 ear beatings.
Yeah. So I don't know any. Like I know things. Like I have a cousin that kind of like keeps me in the loop of all the fucking chisme that happens, but I don't like voice my opinion. I don't say anything. Like, so if my mom like will tell me like, hey, so did you hear this? I'm just like, yeah, I already knew that. She's like, how do you know? I'm like, listen, people with a day off already.
That's my favorite line. Yeah, with the day off.
Which I've said to her, and she's like, who has the day off? She's like, what's going on? Like, don't worry about it. But just know that
you'll get it.
I was like, just know that I already know all the drama that's going on.
It's but when it comes to family, you can't hide shit. You can only hide so much.
Well, now
so much.
If they're gonna listen to this podcast, definitely, I'm not hiding anything anymore because they know some shit.
It's I just found it weird how, like, for me, because of this is just the family I've had growing up my entire life.
Right.
I thought everyone's worked this way.
Yeah, that was funny because no.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I
like
mean?
when I tell people like what are you doing this weekend? I say, I'm hanging out with my cousins. They're like, you do that? Like, or they'll be like, oh, is it like someone's birthday or a special occasion? It's like, no, like, we just hang out. And they're like, oh, like I don't do that with my cousins. Like,
yeah, but see, check this out though too. Your family and the culture of your family is still very much Latino.
Yeah, we're only Asian by default.
Right, and those Asians are Latino. Whereas like this cousin of yours, Logan, he may, you know, there's some Mexican Latino in him, but the culture is clearly of this side of the border. And so that's the difference also in my upbringing. Whereas like my dad's side is from here, and my mom's side. So my mom's side is like your side of the family where everybody knows everything, right? But my dad's side is much like Logan's, where everyone's spread out. We don't do shit. We barely talk to each other. Like, they still don't know on my dad's side that my dad was in the hospital sick. Like, nobody knows.
Wow,
Nobody knows. And that's just how they are, because my mom, when she called me, she's like, so I finally called and told the family, and I was like, you mean your family?
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, yeah. And then and then she said, your dad didn't want his side of the family to know.
We'll find out eventually.
Yeah, and I was like, really? Because I thought about it, and I even asked him, I was like, do you want me to call, this person? And he was like, nah. Like, they just don't talk to each other about anything.
And I don't know if it's like, what kind of like, if it's cultural, because like the Mexican side, when it comes to like family and stuff, I don't know, again, basing off mine, it's like we generally care about each other. So it's like, I want to know if they're doing good. So it's like, okay, like I need to inform everyone so like we can all like be involved in this together for whatever.
The sake of the unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, like this side of the border, I feel like it's like you're every man for himself. Like,
but honestly, that's kind of what this country is supposed to be.
Or like, yeah, I get it. Yeah. I get that. Or like, I don't want like false love. It's like if you'll either find out because you constantly check up on me, and then you'll be there for me.
And see, I like that too, though. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's like all like during the Facebook stage. Mm-hmm. I remember getting a lot of like happy birthday.
Right.
Like things on my wall and everything, but it's only because Facebook told you it was my birthday.
Right, which I kind of enjoy.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, I may not remember your birthday. Yeah.
But like now that like I haven't been on Facebook in years, like only like the true OG homies, the ones that actually care about, will actually say happy birthday.
Right.
And that's actually the only ones that mattered. Like if they never posted on my wall, I would have been pissed if they didn't. Like why is it all these fucking people I don't give a fuck about?
Yeah.
Tell me happy birthday. I want you motherfuckers. Like.
Yeah, and you know what? I've never been a big birthday guy either, so it's just like, if you don't wish me happy birthday, I don't give a fuck.
Like Jehovah's Witness? Like they're not allowed to have birthdays?
No, like I believe in like just, having like a, what are you doing? Me to serve myself? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, because I was going to drink mine.
Okay. Yeah, like, it's just a day to me. I don't know. I think also because it's like 33. It's not a milestone.
Sound as fun.
It's just, well, it's not even. It's not a milestone. Like once you are, like 18's a big milestone, obviously, because now you're 18, like legally 21. An adult. 21's a big milestone. After 21, I think it goes by like decade. 30 is like okay, 40, 50, like those. But
dirty like, 30, filthy 40,
sure,
or I mean horny 40,
yeah.
Horny 40.
What, like 50 nifty?
No, yeah, it's dirty 30, horny 40, filthy 50, and then was it severely 60?
Yeah, I mean, and then by the time, especially by the time you get to those ages, you're just like, dude, I don't even want to celebrate this. Like, I'm looking. This thing is falling. I'm looking for this fast.
To just end.
Yeah.
It's that fucking Tom Segura bit. Like, I don't want no more friends. Like, I'm all friended up.
Fuck Steve.
Yeah, fuck Steve.
Yeah, man. It's that's like right in front of the lens. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not a big birthday guy. If you wish me happy birthday, that's cool. Like, thanks, appreciate it. I always find it funny. Hey, so what are you gonna do today? I'm like, nothing. I'm not gonna plan my birthday.
I've been doing.
I'm not gonna fucking like, oh hey, I'm throwing myself a party. Like, go fuck yourself.
So one of my ladies' friends is recently engaged.
Okay, yeah.
They're doing a trip, and they were saying,
is it like a bachelorette?
So it was gonna be a bachelorette party,
right?
And then my lady was like, no, we're gonna do one. We're gonna do another one in another city, next month or whatever.
Oh, I think I remember you did say this.
Yeah, she just told me this today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and I asked her, I was like, well, why aren't you like doing this trip to be your bachelor party or bachelorette party? And it's like that apparently they're like, well, she hasn't planned anything yet. I was like, last time I checked,
that's not her job.
You don't fund or plan your own bachelorette party, dude. Like
it's
that's
friends.
That's the friends.
It's usually the maid of honor kind of thing.
Yeah, like
if she's already chosen.
What I'm assuming is that the maid of honor either plans and funds it, or plans and then communicates with the rest of the bridesmaids.
Like she's not gonna fund it all because it could get pricey, but she definitely coordinates everything.
Exactly. So I was like, hey, like that's your guys' job. Like you could make this next trip the bachelorette party.
Has there been a maid of honor established yet or no?
She says that they're like in a Game of Thrones situation. Like,
it sounds so fucking messy,
dude. Girls,
I want to be involved,
dude. Like, so my lady's saying that one of her friends, how you call it, has been like going up to like her place to, I guess, like gain points or something. Like,
Isn't that so weird?
I do not know if this person that's engaged has siblings, but I would assume that you would put your sibling as the
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because
again, I'm assuming.
Right. Yeah. Because one of my friends that got married.
Because of how my family works.
Right. But maybe because he was also too young. So my cousins, I have one of my cousins is 4 years older than me, but his older brother is like 13 years older. Mm-hmm. So when he got married, he wasn't going to have his little brother as best man.
Oh, yeah.
But when that cousin that's 4 years older than me got married, he did have his older brother as best man, actually. Mm. But I had a friend who has a brother, and no, he didn't have him as his best man at all.
My sister's getting wedding, and I'm officiating the marriage.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's because you can't be in the bridal party.
Yeah. I
mean,
try.
You can.
I mean, it's
that's
2021, Brian.
Yeah, but you come from a Mexican family. They're just not going to allow that.
Not a Latinx family.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
Dude.
But next generation, because she's living in Portland.
She is, dude.
So
she says that she gets a little annoyed with like the whole like.
They'll break her down.
They'll break her down. She's in their realm, dude. She's
I know.
In their realm.
It's inevitable. And if they don't break her down, if she has children, they'll break the children down.
Oh my God! Yeah,
and it'll force her to fold because, or you know. Yeah.
See, like I've actually been thinking about this, like,
really,
because I bring everything back to my upbringing, and I feel that's how my parents were with my sister and I. They're like, yeah, like we're gonna like try to live in America and everything,
but we're gonna be Mexican as
well.
well.
It's like I tell you guys constantly, like with like the Spanglish, we used to get beat, dude.
Right.
Like it's like no, like choose a side. Like you either do one or you do the other. Do not do both.
See, that's so interesting because the way my grandparents, I think, did it with my parents or my mom at least, because not my dad, was they saw if my mom would speak Spanglish as a positive thing because it's like, you're assimilating. We need to assimilate.
See, and that's how it is with the Chinese side.
Right.
Or it's like, I remember asking my grandma, like, hey, like, why didn't you teach us Chinese growing up? Yeah. And she was like, because we live in Mexico. Like, they don't like us already. Let's not give them an excuse to hate on us more.
And that was my grandparents' thing. It's like, no, like, we need to assimilate. We can't just be speaking Spanish, ironically. But my grandparents only spoke Spanish. They like never really learned English. And my grandmother actually still doesn't know English at all.
I've been living in America 62 years.
Dude,
and
that was always the funniest shit. Like, it's super racist, but that was always the funniest shit my dad would always say. Because like, he asks me if something's like happening. He's like, what are they saying? What are they saying? Yeah. And I have to tell him. And I'm like, dude, really? All these years you couldn't pick up anything? Yeah. He's like, your grandmother's lived here longer than He's like, how could she not speak any English?
Dude, so I met this guy in Japan who had been living in Japan, I want to say more than 12 years. Still hadn't picked up a single word of Japanese.
That's outrageous.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, are you like, I get it, like certain tourist areas are catered to tourists where like they'll pretty much know a little bit of your native tongue.
Right.
But it's like, if you're only going to those places, like, you're not branching out. Like, you're not really going to Japan, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so, dude, because Oscar, who we've had on this podcast before.
Oscar
Beckman.
Beckman.
He said this. He said actually, like, because, you know, we don't actually have a national language.
We don't.
US,
it's not written
It's
anywhere.
not written, right. But he's like, no. This is an English-speaking country.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
And so it's crazy how much he's actually like learned how to speak English. Because when he first came over here, which was like in college, like he's already in his 20s, he didn't fucking speak English like at all. And he basically learned, like he has an accent, but he basically learned it. And he's like, no, if I'm going to go to, that was his mentality. If I'm going to go to a country where like that's their preferred language, I'm going to learn that language.
Yeah. And
he's still good about it. Like if he doesn't know something, he's really like humble, but he's like, I don't understand. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
And then you like, you know, you have to put it in like easier layman's terms. And then he's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like me with French, dude. Like I like primary school.
Right.
Like I speak really well primary school level French. Where
But
it's
you
like
can get
I
away
can
with
keep
that.
a conversation going for days.
Right.
But it's like just don't use big words with me.
Yeah,
It's like keep
yeah.
it real fucking simple.
Yeah, but you get away with that. There's nothing wrong with that because, dude, I don't have full command of the English language. There's English words that I'm like, what the fuck is that word? I've never seen or heard. Yeah.
I did have a moment in my life when I was like not reading the dictionary, getting a mental sweat. but
Loading up on my Spanish.
but what the fuck, dude?
I also like to make break a mental sweat.
You reading the dictionary right now? I like to. Oh, you noticed? No, but in my writing, I always keep a thesaurus around.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you
Yeah,
don't want
me
to.
too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Obviously, I'm talking about my phone. You know, I'm not talking about like an actual thesaurus that hasn't been updated since like
1993.
Yeah. And just because I want to jazz up the writing a little bit.
Right.
Like, I just lost my train of thought. Damn, dude. This wine's kicking in.
Yeah, I
dude.
love the wine.
This wine's
I
kicking
love
in.
the wine. I've actually been craving it recently, and I was all, man, I can.
Which is why I'm kind of happy that when we were going through all the alcohol, and I said I kind of want wine, you're like, yeah, do it,
dude. Yeah, because you were saying when you said you're like, oh, we could do gin. You said gin first, and I was like, yeah, I could do gin. I haven't had gin in a while. Then you're like tequila. I was like, and then you said mezcal. I was like, I've been drinking nothing but tequila and mezcal, and actually I've been drinking vodka a lot. So out of all those, I was like, I was probably gonna go with the gin. But then when you mentioned wine, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I could do some wine.
We gotta switch it up. And plus, they say that a glass of wine a day,
Well, we've had a few already.
it keeps like the vampires away or something, right? Or like
Something to that effect.
something about like the heart. It's healthy for a good heart.
Yeah, and you know what vampires don't like? Strong hearts. I think.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Well, I'm a horror buff, and I think that's somewhere in there.
What is vampire's weakness again? It's
Garlic.
and the type of silver.
Yeah, a silver stake to the heart.
Silver stake to the heart.
Yeah.
Or not wooden stake.
No, it's not wooden. Man.
So
I think
blade.
No, it is a wooden stake.
It is
it's silver for werewolves.
Silver
It's
for
silver for werewolves.
because I remember Wesley's Snipe
Yeah.
in Blade.
Blade, great film.
I hate saying this, but okay, so you know how Joey Diaz always fucks up movies and TV names or whatever? He called it Spade.
Close, pretty close, Joe.
Yeah. All right. Point is, he had a katana that was in silver, and he had like garlic bullets or whatever. Yeah. So like they would hit the vampires and they would like incinerate.
Like,
or whatever.
yeah. It's a great film.
I love those fucking movies. The first one was.
That is actually the first, I think, like Marvel film. Really, they like kicked off.
I thought Spawn was.
No, I think
Spawn
it's Blade.
came out 90s. Blade came out 2000s.
I don't think Spawn is Marvel.
I think it is.
I don't think Spawn is Marvel.
If not DC.
Let's see, Spawn comics. I don't think Spawn is Marvel.
With Michael J. White.
Not Michael Jai.
Jai.
No, Image Comics. No.
Image
Yeah.
Comics.
I knew. Yeah, Blade. I think is the first, like Marvel thing.
In the early days of memeing, I remember seeing a picture of like the Twilight cast. And like in a distance, and then like, oh no, I'm sorry, like it was a close up of the Twilight cast, and then in the distance you see fucking Wesley Snipes' Blade like in the hills, like.
That's hilarious.
It's I'm looking for you motherfuckers, yeah.
Actually, check this out. They always said Blade was the first one, but I just remembered right now, and I just typed it in. I think the first original one was Howard the Duck.
The fucked up movie from the 80s?
Yeah. That's a Marvel character.
Is it?
Howard the Duck is a Marvel character.
You're talking about like it wasn't like that white duck it was a live action, right?
Yeah. Howard the Duck was actually also in Guardians of the Galaxy recently as like an extra scene.
Oh, it was.
He's like smoking a cigar.
Yes. It was. Yes, like
1986. 1986 American sci-fi comedy, and based on the Marvel Comics character of the same name. Yeah. So obviously it wasn't like
a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Although several TV adaptations of Marvel characters had aired during the preceding 21, this was the first attempt at a theatrical release. Okay, since Captain America of 1944, but Captain America, that was a propaganda thing. You know, what I mean? Captain America is clearly propaganda.
1944. Look at that year, dude.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So
a lot of heat.
So to me, this is actually like the first Marvel movie. Howard the Duck of all characters. Howard the Duck is what they went with.
I saw that on. I think it's. I don't want to get this wrong. I was going through Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime.
One of the streaming giants.
They're showing Porky's.
A great 1980s flick, and definitely can't make that today.
You cannot make
that movie today.
I asked my lady, I was like, "Do you want to watch this?" And as soon as I told her like what it was, she was like, "You know what? Just watch it on your own."
81.
Really?
I thought she would be like interested,
curious, yeah,
for the whole American experience.
Yeah, but and she was like,
"It is Amazon Prime."
Amazon Prime, yeah, Porky's.
Yeah,
like. I remember seeing that movie like as a kid, obviously, and then like not knowing what the fuck's going on.
No, you don't.
And then I saw it again as a teenager. I was like, "What the fuck,
You're like,
dude?"
I still don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a teen sex comedy film. That's crazy.
You can't. So
81.
like,
Dude,
not another.
What
teen
a
movie?
huge. Well, check this out. So November 13th, 1981 was the release date. Guess what it did at the box office?
Poorly.
No, how much did it make at the box office?
15 mil. Really? 36 mil.
You're not even close.
100 mil? Get the fuck out of here.
I'm dead serious right now.
Get the fuck out of here.
Isn't that crazy? For 1981.
Isn't that movie 99 minutes?
Yeah. Dude.
Or just 90 minutes?
That just goes to show you how fucking sex crazed this country is, but we try to say we're not, or we try to hide that.
Was it Revenge
Box office, $160 million.
Holy.
For 1980. Let's adjust for inflation.
Yeah.
Let's adjust for inflation. Inflation calculator.
1981.
160 million. That's outrageous. Okay. If in 1981 I purchased I didn't purchase an item, but let's go 160
dollars now versus 1980s.
Blah blah. If
that still blows my mind. Because, that movie I was thinking about.
466 million.
Get the fuck out of here.
466 million. That's adjusted
for a smut film.
Yeah.
A smut film, dude. That's what it is.
That's
it's fucking
essentially,
smut, dude.
Dude, that's insane. Adjusted for inflation, that movie would have grossed 466 million today.
Well, not in 2021.
Right. But I'm just saying.
2016, 2015, maybe.
No, it says wow, dude, that's insane.
Dude.
That's the equivalent of that.
So what I was getting is remember that movie? I think it was called Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds, yeah.
Is it the one where they're I just remember a scene being at a school fair, and one of the bimbo cheerleaders hooks up with one of the nerd guys on accident. He tricked her into sleeping with her. Or sleeping with him.
I don't remember it.
And then she ended up blowing off the jock to go back to the nerd. Something like that.
That sounds about right though.
They were selling cream pies.
Yeah.
Yes, they were selling cream pies.
Yeah. That came out in 84.
Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah.
Not nearly as successful. So what we have here is budget 6 to 8 million.
So they probably saw Porky's do a hit, and they're like,
well, Porky's to me, I think was the original that really or maybe Animal House might have been, but Animal House to me wasn't teen sex comedy.
It's because it's not. It's college.
It's just college
it's just
comedy,
college.
And there happens to be some sex stuff. But
Porky was strictly this kid trying to lose his virginity.
Right. Box office. So budget 6 to 8 mil. Box office, guess. What are we looking at here?
For which one?
Revenge of the Nerds.
86 mil.
Less.
56 mil.
A little bit more, 60.
60? Even?
60.4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, like, they probably didn't have the same formula as Porky's. That's why.
Porky's had 100 million more than that. That's outrageous.
Fuck, dude. So now, because we're talking about this, movies that came out during our like late teens, early 20s, that were just supposedly like this age Porky's or like was it
super bad?
No, I'm talking about
like Scary Movie. Not another teen movie.
Sex Trip, I think is Sex
Road
Drive.
Trip. It's just Road Trip.
Euro Trip.
Euro Trip.
Euro Trip,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I think that was like I think at the time that was like the most like out there. Besides the American Pie saga.
Oh no, the American Pie saga kicks it off for me for sure.
Well, that's the one.
That dude. What did American Pie?
But again, like Euro Trip came out like years after the American Pie saga.
Not too long because American Pie is 99. I think Euro Trip came out like 03, maybe. Let's see when Euro Trip came out.
Like, when was the last?
Euro Trip's the sequel to Road Trip, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Road Trip.
What was?
Yeah, the year after. 2000.
So have they still made movies where it's about the teenage in high school trying to lose his virginity?
I'm sure. Oh, I was actually meaning to tell you.
They stopped making those, right?
No. I think I did tell you. I don't know if I texted you. I watched the new American Pie that came out, I think, like last year or earlier this year.
They made new ones.
They made a new one. It's part of the series. It's like the girls' edition.
What do you mean, the girls?
American.
So it's like
Pie.
the Ghostbusters movie remake.
20. Yeah. No.
Like an all-girl
It's called
cast?
Girls Rules. No, it's just flipped.
Is there a Stifler?
There is a Stifler.
Okay,
But
a
they
girl
don't-
Stifler.
Yeah, it's like the now it's flipped. It is almost like Ghostbusters, but yeah, like now the girls are like, we need
We're the ones in charge.
we need to make a bet where like we're gonna get laid. But some of the girls are already having sex.
So like the first American Pie movie, where one of the guys in the crew was already had a girlfriend, the white girl.
Yeah.
The girl, I think, is the same girl that came out in Van Wilder.
Right, but they weren't having sex. That's with Tara Reid. They weren't having sex yet.
Tara's Reid.
They weren't having sex. And this one, like, I think one of them's already having crazy sex. The other one's fat and just like gets off on like going to she has a bunch of sex toys. And then one of them is like the badass. She's the Stifler, and she's the badass, and she looks like she's experienced, but apparently like it comes out at the end like she's not experienced at all. And then the other one was like complete virgin who really wants to get laid, but just hasn't gotten the chance.
So like the sweetheart one.
Yeah, and she's cracking. She's a beautiful girl. I was like, damn it.
It's the same formula.
It's
just
almost
with
the
girls.
same formula,
Yeah.
just with girls, right?
Yeah.
And so I was watching it and I was like, this is so fucking bad. It's so bad. Like there were some parts that were kind of funny, but it was really, really bad. But the main character, she is a beautiful girl.
She's a smoke
Do you
show.
know who Madison Pettis is?
The last name sounds familiar, but I think that's also a UFC fighter.
He used to be. Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
that's why.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and Google yourself Madison Pettis and just go to the image section.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah,
Go to that.
you definitely will love this one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ooh, yes.
Madison Pettis, right?
Yeah, Madison Pettis. Yeah. Wow.
Bad,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking not bad.
I'm gonna look her up again.
I'm telling you, it's an awful movie. But if you're so inclined,
It's one of those movies you can just watch on mute.
you just give it a shot. Just give it a shot. It's
Okay, you have to keep in mind that like the spin-off American Pies that like,
well, that's a spinoff.
yeah, I know that they're not that great. Like the
They're
band
not.
camp ones.
They're not. I watched
Book of Love.
I watched 20 minutes, I think, of the band camp. I never had any interest in watching the Book of Love one. But American Pie 1 and 2 are pretty good.
Yeah,
The third
they're
one-
the only ones that are
Yeah,
good.
the wedding one, not
God,
that good.
yeah.
Not that good. But the 1 and 2, pretty fucking
There is
good.
a scene from the wedding one that cracks me up.
This is where he eats shit.
It's where he's shaving his pubes and then he like dusts them out the window and they all
Okay.
get on the wedding
Yeah.
cake. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I just remember he looks out, he's like, oh, it is bigger. It does look bigger. Oh.
Okay. Airdrop them. I say we
Oh.
go into Oliver's deep dives.
Oliver's deep dive.
Oliver's deep dives. This is a good little segment here.
Okay. Oh, let me pull up the one that I had brought up to you earlier.
Are they links or they're photos?
No, they're links. They're
Oh,
links.
well, then you don't have to airdrop them. Just text them to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were fucking like photos or videos.
No. So these are like threads.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I'll read aloud. Mm-hmm. Read. Freedom and weep.
Okay, let me send you.
I love being able to like just edit and cut this shit out. My dad straight up thought we did this live.
Oh yeah.
And so he was straight up. He was like, "Hey, so what time is the pod? Like, I want to tune in." And I'm all,
Hey, what?
I was like,
It doesn't work like that.
I
Yeah.
was like, I definitely am not doing any of this live. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Where are we at?
Those are just two for examples.
What does it stand for? That? Oh wait, no. AITA. What is that?
Am I the asshole?
Okay, am I the asshole? This is the subreddit. All right. So, my friend is a recent widow. It's been a long time coming, but that hardly makes it easier. Her husband passed away at the end of February, and she has been understandably distraught since. I have tried my best to support her through this, even though I can't possibly understand what she's going through. At the beginning of the March, that's literally what it says, she asked me if I'd stay over during the night because she couldn't stand sleeping alone in an empty house. I already see where this is going. I obliged and temporarily moved in once I was sure my husband was okay with it. She has not been taking care of herself. She has not been taking care of herself, so I've been doing 100% of the household chores and taking care of her and all her responsibilities, as well as working full time. Well, last week she sprang. See, this woman can't write.
Yeah.
I'm having to adjust it. She sprang on me how much she'll be expecting in rent from here on out. She heavily implied I was taking advantage of her in her grief, trying to live in her house for free, and that she expects me to back pay her rent for the 2 months I'd already been there. I was extremely insulted by this and told her I'd transfer her the money she wanted, but I would be moving back to my own house where I'm also paying rent. What the fuck? This is a weird situation.
Yeah.
I got my stuff and was out within a couple of hours. She has since asked me to come back, but I've refused. I told her I'd still do her shopping and I'll come over to help her with a few bits, but I'm not spending another night in that house. No, you're getting taken advantage of almost by both people in your life.
Why are you putting up with it?
Yeah, like, I don't understand this at all.
It's a person that I feel is like, I want someone else to tell me that my situation is shitty so I can believe it and get out of it.
That's
or just be like this is a cry for help. Like maybe I'm posting in the wrong subreddit.
That's crazy to me. Okay. So these are all from Am I the Asshole?
Not all of them.
Okay.
I sent you two from.
These are long, man.
Yeah, you don't have to read them.
What do you mean I don't have to read them? Which one's the best? Like this second one's longer.
The very last one I just sent you.
Okay. I'm going to go for that one.
This is from a subreddit called Too Afraid to Ask.
Okay. Yeah, too afraid to ask. All right. Do people ever reach a weight where they have to spread their butt cheeks themselves before they poo? I've heard.
Right?
I've heard that's like the best way to do it anyway.
Because wipe.
Well, you're going to wipe if it's...
Less wiping.
There might be less wiping though. Okay. So you know how when you sit down on the toilet, Moses goes to work in your butt cheeks and spreads them automatically so that there's a clear drop in the toilet bowl. Is it possible that when you become significantly overweight, you have to make an effort to spread your cheeks so that poo doesn't get stuck between them on the way down? Weird ass question, I know, but it's keeping me up right now. It's keeping me up right now. I love the response. Yes, the answer is yes. Hairy cheeks also require the spread.
I love the Reddit community, dude.
I was about to say the same thing. I'm not a light fellow in the least, and my cheeks are dummy thick. I've never heard that. Dummy thick. But I have to spread to keep the hair out of the way first and foremost. What? I'm a normal way and I have to do this? Oh, man.
I sent another one that's a little bit more dark, more NSFW.
Let me see. You must be 18. Absolutely. That's the motto here.
Mm-hmm.
Must be 18.
You must be. Queens above 18?
Yes. Do overweight gay men titty fuck their boyfriends like big-breasted women sometimes do? That's a good question. Click to see. Oh, wait. Is this going to be crazy-ass images?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know why this question popped into my head. Sorry. Now, this is content. Let's see. I think as a general rule, no matter the orientation, if you're able to fuck it when someone surely Oh, fuck it. Then someone surely does. Okay. I know, right? I've seen people fuck the back of someone's knee. So I'm sure that some man titties get squeaky. This is weird, man. So this is what you do.
It's what keeps me entertained.
These are
because
some of your
I
deep
like
dives.
knowing what goes in through people's thoughts.
I want to know how you come across these. Are you asking questions or how do you discover these subreddits? What leads you here?
So I remember years ago when I was getting introduced to Reddit, someone told me that it's the best place for just being vulnerable because it's complete anonymity. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's like and then they told me it's like there are Reddits where like people will ask questions because they're too afraid to ask.
Right. It's like a confessional.
Yeah, pretty much. And I just brought me back to like the real world. I just picture like someone like in a room talking to the camera. Like,
right.
So I have this on my mind, you know, like.
Wow.
So I don't know. I just started diving down, and then from there.
So some of these are like questions you've asked, and it pulls up a subreddit. Really.
They're not my questions.
How are you?
There are questions. There are questions. No. I'm just saying, like, I find the subreddit, and
how are you coming across that subreddit? That's my point.
I just told you, like someone had told me already that like there are subreddits where you can just confess things, and like people aren't judgmental. They'll like
right. But how are you getting there? Like
so this person gave me the name of this subreddit. Too afraid to ask, and she goes follow it, and then read some of the things that people post, and you'll get an idea.
Can I guess who this she is?
Who?
I'll bleep it out, but.
No.
I bet. You know what? That actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah, right?
That makes perfect. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did this come about like via like a text or was this like post something?
Post something.
Get the you guys had fucking banter.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Because I remember I made a comment about her tattoo.
Oh god.
And then I said like, do you feel like you have to like it's like completely your identity?
Right.
Like this logo that you've tattooed on yourself. It's completely
right,
like
yeah.
This is the
You
only thing
branded yourself.
Yeah, this is the only thing that defines you.
Yeah.
That defines you. Like you like this is what you're gonna show to people. Like it's like getting a swastika tattooed.
I mean, not as extreme, but
not as extreme, but like
it's a label.
But if people say it, it's like okay, like I know how.
Yeah, I know how to avoid you.
I know how I'm gonna
approach you,
interact with you,
right?
Yeah, because of what you have branded on yourself,
right?
Yeah, so
I was not expecting that to be the person.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. But it makes perfect sense because I do know her.
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. She told me that subreddit, and then she also told me of another one.
Do you still talk to her?
I have not talked to her since that banter.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Since that last moment, yeah. Actually, I lied. The very last time I actually saw this person and talked to.
Yeah, but not saw, because you guys have had like little texts here and there.
No, we haven't.
Well, before your girlfriend, I mean.
No, we haven't.
Really? I thought you did.
No, like during the Tinder phase.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a good face.
It was a great face. No. I remember seeing a lot of high fives. No, during the Tinder phase, no.
Okay.
It was like all the communication has ceased like upon Tinder, like the initiation of the Tinder stage.
Nice.
Yeah. Found the subreddit, started reading through, and then from there, like you click on people's profiles, and you like if they're posting on this subreddit, I need to see what other subreddits they're posting on.
Right.
And then you start going through a rabbit hole, like Jesus fuck, this guy's harmed. Like
that's so crazy. I honestly, I don't know why, but there was a moment where like I was going on Reddit because Reddit's it's the spawn of all great memes, really. Like that's where they all come from. Yeah. And so there was a point where I was like, oh, I want to laugh and see some cool. And I was going on there almost like nightly, but then it just fell off. I don't know. Like I don't go on there. I think it lacks the flashiness that the other ones hook me with.
It fell off for me when the unfortunate George Floyd situation was happening.
Oh, I didn't
because
think about
after that,
it was just too serious.
No, it was too serious because before, like for example, one of my favorite subreddits is Public Freakout, and it used to just be public freakouts.
And now it was all like BLM shit.
No, not just BLM shit, but it was literally every post was police brutality.
Okay.
It was a cop beating the fuck out of someone.
Right.
And it was either a cop beating the fuck out of someone or a cop or treating someone differently because they were white. And it was just like, you guys are clearly upset.
Yeah.
You guys are trying to create a narrative.
Right.
It's like, I get it, but it's like the only thing this is doing is pissing us off more.
Right.
Yeah, it's not really helping. Like it's only getting us more enraged. Where it's like, if this is something that you feel like it's a problem that you need to like combat,
right?
Then I guess one way of combating it is exposing it. But
to me that shit's already exposed.
It's like we've seen it. We know it. Yeah.
I think doing that is actually the laziest way to combat it.
Because I feel that most people do it because they want to have the viral video. It's like, oh, it's my video they go on the news.
Yeah, it could be that.
It's like, did you see it? Like, yeah, it was a shit. Instead of like, I jumped in and helped and like tried to like break it up. Right. It's like, I know I got it on camera.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
I hate how I actually grew up in this era where everything has to be videotaped on a phone. Yeah. It's not a phone though. Because I remember like in high school in 2006, high school fights, dude. Everyone went to like the fights. Everyone talked about the fights. But like, I remember 2007, 2008 is when more people started getting phones with cameras on them.
Right. And it was like World Star.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, like check out the video of this fight that I took. And then it started getting to like who had the best video.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why, dude? Like, why?
Yeah, it's honestly really, really weird. We all do weird shit. This in and of itself to me is kind of weird too. I still kind of trip out the fact that we actually like do this.
I think it's...
Like, you don't?
I do and I don't. I do and I don't because I've said this in like the early episodes of this podcast is that...
To me, we're still very early.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Earlier. Yeah. Is that to me, this pod is a... like a archive. It's just...
Dude, I was explaining that actually
it's just like... I wanted like... It's like, because we have dates on them, episode numbers and shit. It's like, I want to know what I was thinking or where my mind was like at this point in my life.
Right.
Episode 12, you know, something like it's.
I was explaining that to my parents where.
Like a time capsule.
Where I said, it is a time. Yeah. Cause I legit said, I was like, it's a moment in time that we were capturing because, you know, there's been plenty of times, not just us, anybody where you're like, that was a cool night that we hung out. That was a cool conversation that we had. And all you have is your memories on it. And, you know, memories is cool, but sometimes memory is flawed. And so it's nice having something that's actually like concrete.
So George and I, we've known each other since birth, pretty much.
Right.
And one thing that he says is that, no, not one thing he says. So for example, like, we have a lot of stories that we share, but we end up telling different versions of them.
Yeah. Well, we had an example on here.
Yeah, exactly.
Where he remembered the injuring of your finger completely differently.
Yeah. So a lot of the times he was like, dude, you're making it up, dude. Like, it's bullshit. Like, you're lying. And it's like, I have proof, motherfucker. Like, and it's just like, it's like, if it's a story that we like completely, like, if we never like continue to talk about and we just touched about it one day, like out of nostalgia, it's like, whoa, I didn't think it did not go like that for me.
Let's roll the tape.
Yeah, let's roll the tape. And with this, it's like, no, we had the log. It's like,
right. Yeah, that's what I was telling my parents. It's kind of like, this is a great moment actually to say, like and subscribe. Yeah. Fucking mash that shit. Like, destroy that subscription button. Fucking execute that shit. Like, subscribe, and share. Morning Drinkers Podcast, available on Spotify, Apple, obviously YouTube. Any other podcast that I listen to, I think the best way to do it is just watch it. Like, it's a show now. You disagree?
So I grew up listening to the radio with my grandpa.
I grew up listening to the radio.
And like
Not with my grandpa.
we would listen to Dick Tracy and everything.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different.
So like shows like where you like had to use your imagination. So
Wrong pipe.
Yeah. So I was walking my dog, and I was listening to a pod, and I'm cracking up. I'm like,
right,
because he's telling this story about like these people that are going through this shitty situation, and I'm picturing it so vividly in my head, you know, out there.
Right.
And then when I came back to I wanted to show George the story. I was like, I have to show you like what these guys are talking about.
Yeah.
And they were showing pictures of it on YouTube. I was like, but that's not how I saw it in my head. And it kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah, but see, that's why I don't like to do that. Because I may romanticize it in my head, thinking it's one thing, and then when I see it, I'm like, fuck. So more often than not, if I have the ability, if I'm listening to something where they're describing it, I'll be like, wait, and I'm interested enough. I'm like, no, I need to turn it on. I need to watch it. I need to actually see it. Yeah.
I like my imagination.
I like the imagination, but take for example,
I like my imagination.
Yeah, we showed a couple videos to Cubby last week. Classic ones, the ones where the guy gets hit by the car.
Amazing video.
You have to see that.
You do. You can only explain it so much.
You hear the scream and you're like, but once you see it,
you're like, what the fuck?
And then same thing with the helicopter one, because there's no audio. The woman, you have to see that. You have to see that. So yeah, if I'm just depicting, because to me, you're like, no, it's spinning really, really fast, like so fast. You're in your head. You're like, oh, I bet it's doing this. But then when you watch it, you're like, dude, that's moving as fast as the helicopter blades. Like you're like, what the fuck? Yeah,
whipping, dude.
Yeah. So to me, that's why it's like I need to watch some of this. And they've taken over straight up. I don't really watch TV. Fern came over yesterday, and he was like, hey, what cool Netflix shows are out there that you could like recommend? I'm like, dude, honestly, I'm not even watching any shows. I watch podcasts. That's the only thing I have time for.
I've been watching The Startup.
What is that? That sounds familiar.
It's a cheesy show from Crackle that I have on in the background, but sometimes it sucks me in.
I haven't done anything with Crackle in years.
They're bigger names than me, but there's no big name actors. Yeah. But it's about these people starting like a cryptocurrency.
Very modern.
And they're trying to like start it up. It's a startup.
Right.
But they're going through a bunch of shenanigans. One's like a drug dealer, one's like in a gang, the other's like a corrupt FBI agent.
What's it called?
The Startup.
The Startup, that's right, yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe I'll check it out. I probably won't. I'm so bad.
I know that you don't like the shows that I like The Wire. I love The Wire.
No, because you like, so this Startup sounds like it has potential for some like comedic shenanigans. Is it not at all? No.
It's drama, action.
Yeah, so you're into dramas. That's why I don't like dramas. I mean, I like them, I think in movie form.
But when it's in a show, it's too long.
It's too long. Like I want to laugh, man.
Yeah. I mean, I like comedies too, but
I know you do. I just want to laugh. I think the reason is
like The Boys. I've been watching The Boys.
Boys is great. The Boys is great. Where it's not too funny. It's just like whoa, you know. But like straight up, up here's always dark. Like it gets real dark to the point, and I can go there very quickly to the point where it up. Yeah, so it's just like I always want something more lighthearted, because if it's not, it's just darkness. Like I'm dark, dude. It's bad.
What? Okay, so on the nostalgia trip,
yeah,
I remember when I was in high school, dead baby jokes were like the darkest thing you could like joke around about.
Were dead babies?
Yeah, and I just remember
I launched like 3 last night alone, dude.
I just remember like there being like a web page for like dead baby jokes. Like that's all it was.
Okay.
And it's just like maybe because ESL or whatever, like I just like they're just jokes. Like,
like to me that shit's funny.
Like I remember one was like, what's the difference between a pile of dead babies and a Ferrari? Like I don't got a Ferrari in my garage. It's like,
that is good
because it's like absurd. It's like so fucking crazy that like when I see that, it's like how can someone get offended by this?
You know what? Check this out. I wonder if the reason why we find that funny is because we don't have kids.
Yeah,
I think that might be a reason. I think if maybe like we had a baby or even a kid, we'd be like,
Like, how could you say that?
No, I think we would just be like, man, it's just not funny. Like, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I still laugh.
No, I still laugh too.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it gets fucking dark, dude. My brain, like the way it works is like, fuck, dude. It just works way too like quickly in a way that's like, dude, you shouldn't be joking about that shit just happened, but it's just like, sorry.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Like, it's like me when I got hit by that car. The only thing I could do to kind of like put myself in a good mood was to crack jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a defense mechanism, I think.
Yeah. Like I remember I was taking pictures of the scene, and what I ended up doing was actually like uploading them to my Insta story and putting funny captions to it. Right. Like I remember there's a picture of like one of the cops like taking notes.
Yeah.
And I put the caption like it's like the cop saying like, hey, like, can you wait up? I don't know how to spell environmental. Like, give me a second.
Right.
Yeah, just shit like that. Cause like, and I remember my dad like being like, hey, like, what if like they do like investigations? Like, would this hurt you? I was like, hey man, like I just needed a laugh in the moment. Like
that shit ain't gonna hurt.
I know, but like
parents.
They worry.
Yeah.
Especially because it's all company shit too.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Boys.
Right.
A lot of people get blown up in this fucking
the first scene.
Yeah.
His girlfriend gets blown up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Which I did not see coming. Did you?
No,
right?
I did not.
Because I remember I was watching it and then all of a sudden,
it starts all wholesome.
Yeah.
It starts like,
and then all of a sudden, and then the guy's just, sorry.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what? You just blew up my chick. Yeah.
And then afterwards, he jokes about spoiler alert. Like, I swallowed her tooth. It's like, Jesus fuck, dude.
Yeah. It's a dark show. What season are you on? You still on the first season?
Season 2.
Oh, you're on season 2? Okay.
Mm-hmm. My lady and I, we binged it.
Nice. It's pretty quick to binge. Pretty easy to binge. I think it might be the best Amazon show.
I really, really like Sneaky Pete.
Don't know it.
I really like the first season of Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Didn't watch it. I heard good things,
Only
but
the
didn't
first
watch
season,
it.
though.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem. And because I felt the same way. Not the first season. I thought the first 2 seasons of Man in the High Castle were pretty good.
We talked about this before.
Yeah. I thought they were pretty good, and then it just kind of starts falling off.
But a lot of shows, they tend to lose steam.
That's what my friend said, where she said it like around season 3, season 4, most shows lose steam. And I was like,
Weeds? Motherfucking Weeds?
yeah, but
It got
check this
shittier.
out. Yeah, but check this out. And maybe this is actually why I like comedies. Think about It's Always Sunny, seasons 3 and 4. Arguably the best seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
Arguably the best seasons of the entire series. I feel like comedy series hit their stride at seasons 3 and 4.
Because they already established a base.
There's a nice base going. There's a nice amount of material where they could weave in callbacks.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I like those kind of shows. Because there's that ability.
Oh.
Dude, The Office, if you revisit seasons 3 and 4 too, you're like, this is fucking good. These are good episodes.
Haven't done it, but yeah. I stick to, when it comes to The Office, I never saw it cover to cover. I only saw
It's great. I mean,
I only saw episodes that like were mostly adored. So I only saw like the hits.
right.
I never really dove in to like actually see the entire
Well, here's a good thing about that show that's almost similar to It's Always Sunny. There isn't really like a
cohesiveness.
linear storyline.
Oh.
It's not like most shows. It's kind of like almost like It's Always Sunny too, where it's just every show is just a little bit different. It's a different episode, unless there's like an arc, a story arc.
But isn't that because it's like
It's mundane every day at the office.
Every day at the office,
That's why I appreciate it. It's just like, cool. I don't need to get hooked. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? There's a cliffhanger. What's going to happen next week? You know what I mean? It's just, I know it's fun.
Same shit, different toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's going to be fun for 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm good. And that's all I need.
It's like, oh, like I didn't watch the last episode, so I can't have to like.
Yeah, there's no need. Yeah, there's no need of that. Yeah, that's what I love about that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't get that from Seinfeld.
What do you mean you couldn't get that from Seinfeld? There's.
As in, like, Seinfeld didn't hook me.
Oh man, it's
because it's the same premise
great.
of like no linear cohesiveness in story.
Yeah, but see, I love that. I love that.
But I love it in Sunny. Couldn't get in.
How far did you get in Seinfeld?
Season 3.
Oh, see, because I think 3 is good. I think 4, like I said, it's mostly like 3 or 4 is where they 4 to me they really fucking hit their stride.
I'll give it another try. I'll give it another try.
I mean, well, check this out. You don't need to see any other episodes since 3. Just go to 4.
Yeah,
and just start.
I was actually hearing this on another podcast that like most good like series have like that usually have like a really good fucking like story premise and everything. The networks tend to overextend them, dude. Like they would have been spectacular 3-season shows where it's like just bangers,
right?
But it's like no, like they got greedy and they wanted to get 12 fucking seasons, and it just started getting shitty and shittier. None of the original characters are left.
Well,
like,
check this out. That was why I stopped watching The Walking Dead.
Never watched it.
So that's a drama show in a sense. You know, it's action as well. The first season 1's only like 3 episodes, but they're long. But like the first 2, maybe even 3 seasons, fucking incredible. They're fucking dope, especially season 2. It's fucking dope.
Of The Walking Dead, you say?
Of Walking Dead, yeah. And then it just becomes, it's very obvious. Now they're just dragging it on. I would have liked to see a conclusion to something because the first, couple seasons, there's hope. They're like, okay, we're going to figure out how this happened, why zombies are here. Now they've like completely abandoned that notion, and it's just they accepted this is the new world. And it is what it is. And you're like, okay, that
sucks.
That's kind of suck because now you're just this is it forever, and you could just keep writing nonsense forever.
The gleam of hope is what made me hooked.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like.
Are you gonna reach it?
Yeah,
but now you establish you're not. And it's like,
and so it's just it became dumb, and I lost interest. One of my favorite things, and this is also a drama, but it's sci-fi-ish. The show Dark on Netflix.
Ozark?
Dark.
Never seen it.
Dark was trippy. It's a German sci-fi show. German. The Germans. And
it's the guy that flies on a biplane.
The Germans are pretty good with their science. His history's shown.
Yeah,
history's shown.
They tried making this rocket,
right? So this show, they only did 3 seasons, and they like said we're only doing 3 seasons, and it was like, to me, a perfect like ending. Really, they established this is how many episodes we're doing, and we're done. We're not going to overextend anything.
Like Chernobyl.
I never saw Chernobyl though. I mean, I saw them here a little bit, but I was just like, isn't that HBO?
It's HBO.
I don't have HBO, so I don't any HBO show I just don't watch.
I didn't have HBO either, but Diego forgot to log out.
Gotcha. This chick I was dating had HBO Max, and then she changed her password. That bitch.
Either Diego changed his password or something because I haven't been able to go back in. Yeah, but like I just remember like there was a period where it was like he hasn't logged out yet, and I just killed it, dude.
Thing we got to wrap it up.
We got to wrap it up.
We're straight up like since we're doing battery edition here.
Oh shit! It's already 9 anyways.
Yeah, we're running on the bat.
I mean, 9 in the morning.
Yeah, 9 in the morning. We got to get the day started here.
We got to go to work.
Yeah, we live in Alaska. Pretty dark around here.
Oh yeah, but yeah. This concludes the episode.
Well, give me one last little thing so we could cheer this out. Because I don't have any of the sacrament. Just, let's see what it tastes like. Yeah, perfect. Perfection. All right.
Salucita.
Morning drinkers, any last final words?
Stay black.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Salute the flag.
Fucking destroy that like and subscribe button.
Yes, please.
Do it.
Destroy that.
And see you next week. Boom.